Hey friends, it's Jackeline here. In today's video, I'm bringing you my review, swatches, and 3 eye looks using none other than NATASHA DENONA CIRCO LOCO palette. But before we get started, and if you're new here, I hope that you can give me that opportunity and subscribe to my channel. Make sure you ring the post notification bell so you don't miss any of my uploads, and come and follow me on my Instagram. And now, if you want to see how I achieve these looks, 2 other looks, and all the details about this Circo Loco palette, then just keep on watching. I know you guys told me to not bother Jackeline, you don't need to review this palette for us, but the temptation was there. And you know what? I resist the temptation because this new palette from NATASHA DENONA CIRCO LOCO was available for pre-order on NATASHA DENONA's website. I skipped on it, then it came to Sephora, and then I skipped on it, so I was all good. But then I went to Beauties and I was in need to buy something. I'm like, I saw the palette, I'm like, Beauties has an excellent service, and I added to my cart, and it's here. I know by this time you may have seen thousands of reviews of these palettes, so you may know everything about it, you may have seen it and whatnot. So I'm just so beyond grateful that you are here and that you're making me company. Even if you are not interested in the palette, that's okay. Let's just have fun with color, let's play around with it. As you know, guys, I'm a person that I'm already on my 4th floor. Some people have this idea that people that are a little bit more mature shouldn't be playing with so much color, but I think the complete opposite. I think that we can have fun. You know, guys, I use a lot of neutral colors here on my channel, but from time to time, I have fun. I like to play around with colors. In fact, last year, I did a series where I rearrange palettes and create palettes from specific brands, and I did a couple from NATASHA DENONA. I had a lot of fun doing it, and in fact I was doing it in collaboration with great friends like Alicia from Kinky Sweat, also Morgan Turner. I mean, it was a lot of fun. So when I saw this palette, I'm like, wow, this is truly a Circo Loco, a crazy circus, just like 2020 was a crazy circus, and it's still 2021. But moving on from there, this is it. This is the palette. This is the Unicorn. The palette is made in Italy. It comes with 15 eyeshadows, and it's just full of color. And NATASHA DENONA mentioned it. We have been asking her for a colorful palette, so this is her take on a colorful palette, and I'm happy that she was able to, you know, just expose her creative mind and just stay with what she wanted it to see. And this is it right here. This is the palette. I mean, this is hard plastic. On the back, it has a little pink hole so you can poke in a needle or a toothpick and take out the eyeshadows and rearrange it the way you wanted it. So that's super awesome. And then let's just take a peek to the inside right here. There you go. There are right there the 15 different shades. There's a combination of blue tones, oranges, a little bit of pink and purple, and she just inspired herself to the color wheel and obviously the circus and the colors of the circus. So she gave us here a splash of color, a total, I mean, to me this is really beautiful. I know it may seem confusing, and another thing from NATASHA DENONA, she usually rearranges her palette in a way that is cohesive for you to do an eye look. So she does it in diagonal formats, like this way, for example. She also does it in quads, and in quads on this specific palette I see it just a little bit more. Really beautiful. Then we can do also 6 if you want to, or row by row, or column by column. So that's the way that you can take it, and you can just play around with it, have fun. I mean, it's makeup no matter what, so you can always wash it off, and that's it. The palette costs $129. Let me tell you this, yeah, this is one of her large palettes, her large formats. Yes, I wish she could have done a midi palette, one of the $65, but here we are. And you know what, I even love the shade that she chose right here. These kind of like, it feels like a cotton candy at the you know, the backdrop, and then a full 9-size mirror. Okay, my friends, we're gonna start with swatches, then into the eye looks, and then I'm gonna come back and give you my final thoughts. So just coming closer. Here, another close-up look of the palette, and let's start swatching it row by row. Now on this palette right here, what I'm noticing is that you get 6 matte shades and then the rest 9, they are shimmer shades. I don't see anyone right here that is truly a duochrome. Sometimes we receive duochromes eyeshadows from Natasha, but what I'm seeing on this shade called Act, this purpley tone one right here, is that although it's a purple, it has some little flecks of blue and kind of like magenta in it. I mean, you have to really see it on daylight to notice that. Okay friends, let's start with the swatches. Firework, vibrant orange with a creamy matte finish. Razzle Dazzle, vibrant fuchsia with a metallic finish. Acrobat, cobalt blue with a cream matte finish. Okay, that cobalt blue is staining. Nothing wrong. I mean, when you work with pigments, they stain, but just to let you know, that has some power right there. Snow Cone, frosty sky blue with a metallic finish. Cotton Candy, ice pastel pink with a creamy matte finish. Electric, royal blue with a metallic finish. Green, vintage gold with a metallic finish. Canon, vintage bronze with a metallic finish. Flip, electric medium teal with a metallic finish. Phantomine, aqua pastel blue with a creamy matte finish. Spiral, orange with a metallic finish. Magic, vibrant blue purple with a creamy matte finish. Aerialist, frosty pastel lavender with a metallic finish. Act, deep vibrant violet with a metallic finish. Joker, vibrant pink with a creamy matte finish. And for today's video, I really want to use the new REPHR eye brushes. These just launched. I don't know when you're going to be seeing this video. I think perhaps it's going to go March 20 and these will be out. And they are just incredible, the highest quality. I have used them already and already cleaned them up and washed them for this video right here. So you will see them in action. Okay friends, let's start with the first eye look. Oh my gosh, I haven't had so much fun with a palette for a long time. What do you think is my final thoughts about this palette? I'm in love with it. I'm so happy I got it because, goodness, wow. What a performance of this palette. What a performance of this palette. Natasha Denona did amazing. This is a formulation that we know her for. Her mattes blend, chef's kiss, amazing. Wow, her shimmers, metallics, they are wonderful. I think this trifecta right here that she has going on with these teal shades are just like, oh, just chef's kiss, amazing. And you know what, it's a fun palette for summertime that is coming. I know, you know, this is the thing. There's a market for those who like colorful palettes, and there's a huge market for those that we use in regular basis, just, you know, your neutral nude palettes. And I just think she did this right. You know, she did it for those who ask for a colorful palette, for those who really love to play with color, and for those of us that perhaps we don't gravitate towards colorful, you know, palettes in a daily basis. It gives us the chance to, you know, just have it as a companion palette. If it's expensive, it's her bigger size palette. I mean, this is not new to us. If it's this size palette, it's gonna be $129. It is what it is. Did I wish that she would have perhaps bring us this palette on a midi palette? Absolutely yes. That would be obviously ideal for those of us that we like our nudes and neutral tones, and, you know, like the glam palette, the bronze palette, which those are, you know, midi size. But you know what, I will not complain. I absolutely love this palette. This palette is gorgeous. It gives you freedom, it gives you creativity, it gives you that time for playtime. And like I said before, makeup is makeup. You can wash it off if you don't like it and try again and just have fun, or even do just a monochromatic look. You don't have to use all the colors, you know, you don't have to do, you know, crazy stuff if you don't want to, but you can definitely have a lot of fun with this palette right here and let your creativity be loose. And yes, I mean, I remember when I was doing these new designs for different palettes from different brands, that's the way that I feel. I'm like, it has passed so many months since I haven't retake on those series, and playing with this palette, it reminds me to those moments, just like the fun aspect, the creativity. I was like, I don't have it anymore, but I had like a rainbow swatches right here. It's like, what I'm gonna combine with which, you know, it's just it's just so amazing to have that moment, that, you know, the fun part of makeup. And another part that I enjoy is when I'm doing my makeup, is a moment for me to relax, to just have fun, to pamper myself. It's a way to connect with myself, and that's what I have fun with this palette. I know, colorful palette, Circo Loco. A real Circo Loco, yes, but this is amazing. And like I said, these shades right here mostly are the ones that I do not have on my collection, those teal shades. And like I said, performance is amazing. This shade right here, this teal shade, is just stunning. It's the same formulation that we find here on the Metropolis palette. This is an amazing, gorgeous palette, and you find that same creamy matte formula right here on this shade right here, this shade right here, which are the deepest in tones. So I mean, you can get like full-on pigmentation, really beautiful. And you know what, I feel like this palette right here is a great balance for the Tropic palette. The Tropic palette is kind of like that muted sister, kind of like that pastel sister, and I think these two, they can go really well together. And also the Triochrome palette, because the Triochrome palette has so many matte shades, a lot of like greens, a lot of orange, a lot of purples in there, that it will go really well with this baby right here. I mean, did I play with every single shade? I think the only shade that I didn't play with is this gorgeous electric blue right here. I cannot wait to play with it. But yeah, I touched every single one, right? Except for this one right here, but it's a metallic shade, so I don't worry about that one at all whatsoever. And they perform, I mean, to my point of view really well. To me, there's nothing that I would change right here. If I could add more, I could have added, you know, a couple other shades, something into the purple tones, something a little more, you know, kind of like a duochrome taken from this shade right here. I don't know, that's just something that I would have done, but other than that, no. And perhaps these two shades right here, although they look similar on the pan, these two orange ones, this one give another, you know, it's kind of more like a coppery tone. Perhaps, I mean, I don't know. I feel that I'm just so in love with this palette. So would I recommend it? Yes, I do recommend it if you are up, obviously, to spend $129, and if you want something colorful in your life, you know, you will not regret the quality and the performance of the palette. If it's something that you're not going to touch, well, obviously, right there is like why you're going to spend that money. But if it's something that you're going to have fun with it, touch it, and play with it, go for it. You will not be disappointed. Plus, this is carried at Sephora, and they are gonna have their VIB sale for this springtime, which I'm planning to do my recommendations list and wish list and whatnot. And also, I bought this palette again at Beauties, and they are gonna have a gift card event coming soon too, so that could be another really good way. Anyhow, my friends, I think that's it for this video. I hope you enjoy it. Let me know if you're planning to get this palette right here, or perhaps if you have already got it. I would love to know from you. And while you're at it, and if you haven't done so yet, I hope that you want to become part of this family and subscribe to my channel. Make sure you ring the post notification bell so you don't miss any of my uploads, and come and follow me on my Instagram if you like this video. Do not forget to give it a thumbs up, share it with family and friends, so we can grow our family together. And until the next time, I hope you have a beautiful, wonderful day. Bye-bye. Can you tell how happy I am? Bye.